To the Village Podcast. I'm Cory with my co-host Ocean. We got to give the people what they want. Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
So, this episode is about the Year of the Snake. Year of the Snake is a Chinese Zodiac, one of the 12 Chinese Zodiacs, and what did we do this holiday of Chinese New Year? So for me, what I've done during this holiday was I traveled to two countries. One was Indonesia and the other one was Singapore, because my goal is to travel through all of Southeast Asia before this year is over. But with my experience being in Indonesia was very different. It was a little bit of a culture shock because I went to Bali and for a few days, and the first day when I went to Bali it was extremely hot. Because coming from Shanghai was very cold, and so when I went to Bali, I already knew what to do, prepared for SIM card and money, which was a lot of money. I give thanks to Ocean because she helped me out on preparing my travels. And when I went down there, I had a Grab, and it was like my first time dealing with having a motorbike, because when I pack, I usually don't carry like a huge suitcase. I just got a backpack and a few clothes, and because it's very cheap of getting your clothes washed and dry all in the same day. We're gonna say something, Ocean?
So how was the ride by motorbike? It was cheap?
Yes, it was cheap. It costed 24,000 Indonesian dollars.
Or match in USD?
I have no idea. Probably like less than $5.
For how many minutes?
From the airport to the first hotel I stayed in, it was at least 10 to 15 minutes to get there, because there's a lot of traffic, a lot of cars during that time, and it was also a rush hour.
So it's quite cheap.
Yes, it was very cheap. Food there is cheap, in which I ate nothing but seafood. Basically being there kind of changed my diet. I didn't eat any junk food or didn't go to any Western restaurants because they taxed it.
So for local restaurant, there's no tax.
No tax at all. Everything is just straight forward. There's no tax at all.
But do you mean local restaurants or just the street food?
Local restaurants and street food. There was no tax at all. That's the part that shocked me, because usually with those Western restaurants in Bali or in Indonesia in general, they know that it's a tourist area, so they know that they're going to have couples or their family members or family going to those type of restaurants.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very interesting. And while I was there, I saw a lot of massage spas and vendors that selling t-shirts. So when I was walking down the street, these vendors is like, "Hey brother, how you doing? Oh, come and take a look of our clothes and blah blah blah." And I know they were being generous, and I know it's the low season, but I know that the clothes and stuff was fake. But I still bought some because I know wearing winter clothes is not going to be suitable for me throughout this trip. And so I bought a couple of tank tops, because the next day I went to the Gili Islands.
Yeah, I heard about it. To have some water activities.
Yeah,
suppose.
yeah. You can say water activities. So when I was there, took the ferry, which was cheap as well. I think it cost 50,000 Indonesian dollars, and we had to pay it was like a import tax because like they need you could bring like some of the stuff there, so they need it just for to have money. But when I entered the Gili Islands, the first thing I saw was the horses.
Oh, really? They have horses on the island?
Yeah, they had horses, and it was so hot that the horses looked so thirsty, so they had their tongue out like, and I'm like, oh, poor horses. But the thing is, at the port, it's very beautiful when entering, and there was a lot of people there because they had to line up to go back to Bali or different areas of the islands. It was very straightforward because the islands are very small, and it's very nice. Is like in the Gili Islands, it's just a huge circle of the islands, so you could go around the islands and just walk around and meet people and talk to the local people there, which they were very nice and sincere. Even when I was staying in the hotel for a couple of days in the island, they were nice and generous as well. And the second day I was there, went snorkeling for the first time because usually I don't swim, I barely swim. And I got seasick.
Because of the boat, because of the snorkeling.
Because of the waves, first of all, and from the boat. Because I haven't been in a boat in a long time. So, and also feeling seasick for the first time. It's worse than having a hangover, you know. And like it oh my goodness, like you feels like you want to throw up, but you can't throw up at all.
Yeah, I see that.
You know.
Yeah. Kind of you have nothing to throw out.
Yeah, you know, and you just been drinking water, so you can't like, you know, feel like you're gagging and feel like you're heaving, you know. But lucky, I met a Brazilian couple. You know, they were married and everything, and it was so nice that they gave me like a tablet. You know, like just soak, like you take the tablet, and you soak it from the bottom of your tongue, and it just dissolves. And I felt better like after 10 to 15 minutes, and just ate some lunch, and it was a good experience. Met a guy who was from France, and he brought his cousin with them, and I was telling them about I know a girl named Ocean, and she speaks French and she's Chinese, and she lived in France as well. Like if she was there, like she would have been speaking French to you, and you guys would have got along very well. And he probably agreed because he was very curious on like how
life here in China.
The life here in China, and also how people are feeling about Los Angeles because it was a wildfire. So like it was crazy that like every Indonesian like asked me where I was from, and I told them like, oh, from the United States, and they was like, oh, I feel so sorry about Los Angeles, the wildfire, and I'm like, yeah, I feel sorry for it, but I don't live in Los Angeles. So like they were laughing and everything, and and the islands were fine, and then I went back to Bali the next day, and oh man, I had a Bali belly.
Yeah.
A Bali. So a Bali belly is it's like a travel flu. It's like just having diarrhea. So I was just, oh my goodness, I was just
because of the food or because of
the food and the water as well.
Yeah.
So just been, oh my goodness, I was just shitting like it was no tomorrow. I mean, oh my goodness. So I had to
for how long?
For for hours basically, and had to go to the pharmacy to buy some tablets. So they knew like the pharmacy there is very different. It's very small, and it's like a small clinic
I see.
compared to like the pharmacy here in Shanghai or even in the United States. And they had like the medicine for me, and I took it and I felt better the next day. And went to see a tour guide that following morning. And the tour guide was so nice, and I was there with a few people. It was like 3 girls and me. And went to see like the Temple of Heaven and like rice plantation fields. It was very scenery is very nice. The view is very nice. What else? Oh, went to a plantation, like a coffee plantation.
Coffee?
Yeah, and the coffee plantation was very nice. Which there was a guide who worked there, and he gave us a lot of tea and lemur coffee. And the lemur coffee was very, to me, is a little bit bitter. And the story of that is like an actual lemur, like take a shit, and they take the shit out
Yeah.
of the lemur, and they grind it as a
Yeah.
coffee beans, you know, and
Yeah, I
like
heard about that before.
yeah, really.
Yeah, I even tried in one coffee shop here in
Mhm.
Shanghai.
Oh, they have here in Shanghai.
Yeah, I don't know if it's still urban. It
Mhm.
was near Dapuchao
Hmm.
in a shopping mall.
Oh, we
you
need
see.
to check that out as soon as possible. And yeah, so back to the plantation. About the plantation, I was very lucky that I grinded some coffee beans originally. So they like used this long stick, and they had like a bowl, a huge bowl, and they just grind it and grind it, and it's very therapeutical because the plantation is very quiet. Like there wasn't no music or anything like that. So like grinding coffee the manual, the authentic way is very, very unique, as I put it. And also the teas there is very nice. They had like mangosteen, rosella, and ginger tea and lemon tea, and it was all good. And I actually bought 2 bags of it, mangosteen and rosella. Like they were very, very good. And I bought it sugar-free, and it tastes even better than the actual sugar tea. And it's almost all gone now. But yeah, that was my experience being in Indonesia.
So how many days did you stay there?
I think it was 6 or 7 days, like a week. I was there. And then,
I heard now it's the rainy season. Was it raining or not?
it rained a couple of days, but not heavy rain. It was like light rain on both days. It wasn't like what people say, like it rained throughout the whole day.
Yeah.
You know, there was no floods or anything like that. So lucky for me, I didn't witness any floods or typhoons or anything like that. So I'm glad. Yeah, throughout the time, throughout the trip, I saw my coworkers that were there. Talked to them for 20 minutes because there was on the other side of the city, and they went out partying and stuff. I didn't want to go to the parties because to me, the party life in Indonesia feels like it's the same as in Shanghai. You know, like people don't dance or anything. Like the view was nice. The couple of clubs that they had, it looks very nice because it was right next to the cherry.
Yes.
And I rode a motor scooter there, but like I would have to pay, you know, parking fees and stuff like that because the local people, they need their money.
Obviously. Obviously.
Yeah, and oh man, like it was a fun trip. It was really fun. Met local people from the hotel and from the vendor area, and also from the spas and stuff. And they were telling me about how like the education system was in Bali or in Indonesia in general. So like the students, they go to school 6 days a week.
It's a lot.
Yeah, but it's half a day. So it was,
That's weird.
It's weird because what they did was they only go to school half a day from 8 to 12. And then like from, I think it was from 1 to 3, they do like extracurricular activities. So it balanced it out, which is weird. But like they have more time to like relax and do their homework around that second half of the day, or family members spending time with their friends and stuff. So like they try to make it more of a social life and like have more not more stress but less stress. So it was very interesting to know about their education system, but the tuition is very expensive. Like even with public tuition is very, like they can't afford it. So like like majority of people can't like afford the tuition, so they end up dropping out and end up working like down to a local restaurant or like a spa place. And it's very sad because I wish everyone have a good education experience, what we experienced, and, having a privilege on having a good education and a bright future as well. But yeah, so that's part of Indonesia. And then I went to Singapore.
So you took a boat or you took an airplane from Bali to
took by plane.
Okay.
Took by plane, and what happened was I was there late at night, so like I couldn't even book my own hotel. I couldn't even go to my own hotel, so I had to stay at another hotel. It was like a short-term hotel that they have, so you could just sleep at a hotel like for a few hours, and then like when your time is up, you can leave and check out, and then do whatever you want to do. As far as going back to your hotel. So what I did was I stayed at the state hotel for a few hours, and then I just traveled to the Marina Bay. So the Marina Bay is very nice. Like they have like the it's like a tower with the boat on top of
actually
it.
it's a hotel. I stayed several days in this hotel, and the thing that I did every day when I was staying at hotel to enjoy this pool.
So like
the swimming pool.
Really? So it had a
Yes, the
swimming pool
boat
stuff.
you saw on the 3 towers. Actually, it's the swimming pool part. They have very nice view from the swimming pool.
Was it expensive?
Maybe it was not me who paid.
Oh,
Remember my
your
job?
Yes, tour guide. So
the agency paid.
You're lucky. Oh goodness. So it's because Singapore is very expensive. I think it's the most expensive country in all of Southeast Asia.
I agree.
Yeah, and for me, paying like a small hotel, a night was 500 RMB. So that's like what, $70. Yeah, and like it was like at least 14 square meters. So it was very tiny, But lucky, I just stayed there for a couple of days and met a friend of mine. She lives in Singapore as well, and we had a good time. Had a good lunch and reminiscing about, because she used to live in Shanghai, and just laugh and having a good time, and met some people there, and that was the story of me living well, not living, traveling,
During-
traveling through Singapore. You know, I lived it. Well, lived. Let's say live. I stayed in Chinatown. You know, and
I know. New Church,
yeah,
what we call it.
yeah, and in Chinatown, like I thought it was going to be huge, but it just like a little area, you know, and had like the little small, barely had local food, you know, and the culture shock for me being in Singapore was when I entered, you know, and took a grab there. I thought all the street names were going to be in Chinese.
No, it's actually English.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's the shock. I was like, but what is St. James Street? And all these names are in English, you know, and the people spoke English a lot. And I didn't know it was a diverse country. You had people from India, you had people from the Philippines, you had people from Vietnam, Malaysia, United States, UK. So I didn't know that. I thought it was just straight Singaporean people. And even Singaporeans, like they only speak a little bit of Chinese. That was a shock for me because I expected them to speak a lot of Chinese. And also, while living in Shanghai, I met a Singaporean parent, but she spoke Chinese. So I assumed that all Singaporeans speak Chinese.
When I was in Singapore, at the beginning when I saw Asian faces, I tried to speak Chinese with them. Not everyone can understand when I speak to English. Even I was someone who looks like Asian, but I start English.
It's crazy. But yeah, so what did you do during the Chinese New Year?
I'm not as lucky as you with my job. You know, in China we don't have so many holidays, so a lot of people who travel during Chinese New Year. And this year, I think for most of the people they have 8 days of holiday. So they ask several days off so they can make long distance travel like New Year. And on the day of Chinese New Year, which is the 29th January, and I left with a small group to Europe. We had a flight from Pudong to Amsterdam, then Rome. We started the journey from Italy, the capital. It's nice. It's winter, but
in Rome, right?
Yes, it's not that cold in Rome. And we have a very intense program. The trip was 12 days, including the round trip. So it means we have 10 days there in Europe that we need to visit a lot of cities, a lot of countries. Okay, 3 countries, but a lot of cities.
Like what were the cities?
We began at Rome,
Okay.
so just a half day
Okay.
in that city. Actually, Rome is a very wonderful city. There are a lot of things to visit, but we don't have time.
Correct.
Just half day there, then in the afternoon we went to Florence.
Okay.
Also, half day, then we went to the famous tower. Did you hear about that?
What famous tower?
Pisa Tower.
Oh yeah, the tower that leans, right?
Exactly.
Oh.
Yeah, pictures, you know.
I have a question about the Pisa Tower. Like, is it like, because in pictures, like it's very white, you know, but like when you actually go to it, like, is it actually like the pictures?
Yeah, it's actually pictures. It's white.
So they take care of the walls and stuff like that as well.
Exactly.
Oh.
And also what I heard about that, actually with the technology that we have nowadays, they can make the tower straight, but they keep it like that on purpose. You know why?
Why?
If it's straight, who want to go?
It just be that's funny. It's so basically it's just gonna be like a regular tower. Oh man! But everybody should know that it leans, yeah.
Yeah.
You'll never know. Like people might be surprised, like, oh, it's just a tower, but it's really. So, what other countries did you go? You said you went to Amsterdam, right?
Yeah, no, Amsterdam is just for transfer.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just a transfer. So after Italy, we still went to Venice and also a nice lake area. Then we went to Switzerland. Yeah, it's winter time, so you can interact with slow everywhere.
Like, could you explain, like, what do you mean by slow? Like, was it like slow service, or like, what do you mean by slow?
Slow.
Oh, the snow. Oh, Jesus Christ, the snow.
Yeah.
So it was like, how, like, it's okay. It's okay. So, like, the snow, was it like very high, or was it like a blizzard, or?
It depends on the area.
Okay.
Also went to different areas through the country. You know, it's not a big country, but they have kind of Italian speaking part, German speaking part, French speaking part, and we went to all these different areas. And depending on the altitude, when we went to some higher cities, the snow was really heavy.
So like the higher areas is like the mountains or the hills?
Not only the mountains, some city, I mean.
Oh, like small cities, villages?
Not really. For example, the city we have been, the name is Davos.
Okay.
And it's kind of the altitude is more than 1,600 meters, I think. So
it's very high.
The weather is cold there, so the snow is heavy.
So, wow.
But actually, we went to a snow mountain, which is about 3,800 meters.
So what did the people do there just to go up all the way towards those types of cities and areas? Like, did they take pictures, or did they went skiing? What did they?
We didn't go to ski because it's a small group.
Yeah.
We have the program to do, but a lot of people. We crossed a lot of people in the cabin. Yeah, with all the equipment to go to ski.
And did the tourist people, did they have fun during that time? Or?
They had. Most of the people, they come from Shanghai area, Jiangsu or Zhejiang. They don't see snow, so they were excited.
Yeah, I can see that, because they probably never seen that amount of snow in a day in their life, or never reached that high up the altitude before. So that's a great opportunity for them. I wish I had that opportunity to go to Amsterdam, because like I said before, in previous episodes, I've never been to Europe before, so I have no idea what's it like. So yeah, that's a good thing. So Amsterdam and
no,
not Amsterdam. Sorry, Switzerland and Italy was the only two countries you went?
No, actually, okay, I want to add that. In Italy, we visited also another country, which is known as the smallest country of the world. Do you know?
No.
The Catholic country.
There's a lot of Catholic countries.
The most Catholic country of the world. The smallest country of the world. Actually, it was very funny. It's a country inside of the city, Rome.
So, Vatican City?
Yeah. Vatican is the country.
Okay.
Yeah, we went there too. And also, do you know there is another country? Okay, we can say independent country, maybe, which is inside of Switzerland, which is very famous for their stamps. Liechtenstein.
Liechtenstein.
No, Liechtenstein.
Liechtenstein. So, we've never heard of it. So, could you tell us what's it like there?
It's a country inside of Switzerland, very small. The capital city is Bali, and actually, I can't say it's a very independent country because they are they depend everything on Switzerland. They even use the same money, which is Swiss franc. And this country is famous for their stamps.
So I have a question about Switzerland. Like, I already know what the food is like in Italy, like just Italian food. You know what I mean?
Not everywhere.
Anyways, so what's the food like in Switzerland? Like, what is their cuisines? Like, what is their food known for?
The most famous Switzerland food that we call it fondue. They mix up all the different kinds of cheese, married up. Then you can eat it with meat or vegetables, potatoes, like the way Chinese people eat hot pot.
Yes.
And because it's a mountain country, in winter it's very cold, and people need calories.
Yes.
And they want to keep it warm, so that's why they have this dish.
So this dish is like a high caloric type of dish, because like if you're in the mountain area, you need to burn a lot of calories because it's so cold, right?
Yes.
Interesting. Like what type of drinks do they have?
Drinks?
Yeah.
Wine, beer.
Just regular beverages, right?
Yeah.
Because like when I think of Switzerland, I'm thinking about their banks and like their it's got a Swiss account. Once you have a Swiss account, you become very rich. So like for them, like it's easy for them to have an account there. They can easily invest. You know, once you have a Swiss account, you can do anything, right?
Yeah, we pay the annual fee, which is very expensive.
Very, very expensive. Yeah. So when I got back to Shanghai, it's cold. Very, very cold, and oh my goodness, I just did not like it at all because it's very dry, and the humidity is very different when I, compared to being in Bali, and I just rested throughout the rest of the days in Shanghai because I know I had to be back at work on following like that. What about with you?
Yeah, I ended my trip in France actually. The last country we have been was France. Actually, we were just in Paris for 3-4 days. I was happy, but my oldest friends, they all live in Paris. So every night, after work, I went to see some of my friends. But the last day, I was terribly sick. I think it's what we call flu A.
Flu A.
Yeah.
In French, right?
No, the flu.
Travel flu.
No, the flu.
Influenza? I don't know what type of flu you're saying, so it's just a regular flu.
It's type A. You never heard about?
No.
Recently, which is very popular, flu type A, flu A. Type A.
Okay.
Type B.
Okay.
I thought what I got was type A.
So which one is the worst? Type B?
A, I think.
A.
Yeah. So when I came back to Shanghai, I was sleeping all the night during the flight. When I come back to Shanghai, I slept one more day, and for the first week I was so sick.
It's crazy. But for me, it was the first time on not having traveling flu when I came back to Shanghai, because when I was in Cambodia, I ended up having the flu. And then when I was in the Philippines last year in the summer, I ended up having traveling flu. Or even when I was in Vietnam a couple of years ago, I ended up having traveling flu. Maybe because I barely ate the plain food. I think the plain food causes everything. I believe so. But anyways, there you have it. Please follow us, subscribe. Leave comments on below based on your experience traveling to a different country during the Chinese New Year or any other holiday that you ever travel to. And don't forget, protect yourself, stay